Hey followers, I'm Stefan and it's time for another Rideshare Reflection. One night I was over by the Capitol building and I got a call to pick somebody up at Union Station, which is just a couple blocks to the north. And so I went over there. The passenger's name was Ryan. That's what I saw on the account. So I got a call from Ryan and I'm expecting him to tell me where he's at inside the station or outside the station. But he asked me if I could please go inside the station and look for his wife and daughter. That's who the ride was for, even though it was booked on his account. So, it was pretty late at night. I had already made the money I wanted to make that day. And anybody who knows me knows I like to get involved. I'm a man of action. Got a pretty soft heart. So I found a good place to park my car, and then I went inside Union Station. He gave me a description of what his wife and daughter looked like. So I'm going in there with the idea to help this gentleman. I began walking around looking for them. And, as any other train station, there are a bunch of benches there. So I'm walking around looking, and this lady who's sitting on a bench, she was an African-American lady, but she almost looked white. She looked so weak and so pale. And she said something to me, but I didn't hear her. So I bent over and I got closer to her and I said, "Ma'am," and she said, "Can you please call an ambulance for me?" And of course, I wanted to jump right on that. So I got on the phone, and in the meantime, I was asking her, "Did you try eating something?" She said she already tried that. She feels extremely weak. So I'm waiting for the 911, the authorities, to answer. But I noticed that there was a guy right next to her, and he was close too. So I'm assuming it's her husband. So I'm like, "Buddy, why haven't you called?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm just here to make sure she's okay, make sure nobody takes her stuff or anything like that." He was nothing but a thief, or whatever you want to call it, who was waiting for her to die or pass out so he can go through her pocketbook, take her jewelry, run everything that she had, basically. So I told him, I said, "Man, get the fuck out of here before I hang my foot in your ass." And surprisingly, he got up and he went away. He knew he was wrong, and he knew that I could kick his ass. So he got up and he left. And so by that time, 911 answered, operator answered, and she's asking me for all the details, and I'm giving her the details of the situation. And to their credit, and to their praise, or however you want to say it, they were fast. I mean, DC police and fire department can cut through a city just about as fast as you can. And in fact, I was still talking to her, and I could hear the ambulance in the background. So the ambulance came in, and I told them I would be waiting by the front door, and I would direct them to her. So I did, and they went over to her, and it turned out that it was a good thing I did that, because she left the station on a stretcher with several IVs in her. So that made me feel really good. Ryan, the customer who I was talking to, he actually hung up. He canceled the ride, but obviously I had to take care of the more desperate situation, the more important situation first. And I hope that his daughter and his wife are okay.